with the success, it could go two different ways. You can either become complacent and feel like you've done it all and that you're in the right spot and you're gonna continue to get wins just because you're a good player. Sometimes there are weeks where, some players on any given team may go into a game thinking that they could just show up and just play, but in reality, you do need to put in that preparation and you do need to put in that time in order to succeed on Saturdays. Or it could also motivate you and show you that the work that you have put in does, foster more wins. So I think most of the team is on that good side, and it's motivating us to go out each week and prepare even harder and practice even harder. So that's why I think that we've come down the stretch and won some big games lately, and I think we'll continue to do that in the future.
Great home game win against Texas this week. We went out and we executed for the most part. Did what we needed to do to get the win. And it was just a fun atmosphere. The stadium was electric. The fans did a great job at bringing the energy. And it was an overall good weekend. So, looking forward to recovering and getting ready to go out and beat TCU this week. So, sick 'em Bears.
The vibe of the team is very confident. Guys are making plays, guys are in the right spot, and guys are doing what they need to do to go out and execute the plays that our coaches are calling. So the team is very confident, and I feel like we're rolling, and I feel like we're just gaining momentum and we're rolling in the right direction right now. So it's good to see that. The coaches have, made it a huge emphasis on being intentional and doing stuff on purpose, and also, letting us know when we're doing things right in order to, continue to do that in the future. And also correcting us when we're doing wrong. So the coaches and the team leaders have done a great job at that. And everything is clear cut on the team and very crystal clear about what needs to be done for us to win each and every week. When it comes to, showing up to each practice, each meeting, and each game, if you're not doing that and you're not doing stuff on purpose, then you can find yourself, falling behind in whatever it is. So I think the biggest change is just being intentional and just focusing on what we're doing to a T and really, making sure that the details are correct. The difference between Oklahoma State and Texas, I think, is just, the experience that we had. We had a couple more games under our belt, and we knew that we still had some plays to make, and the team didn't get rattled, and we stayed focused. So I would put a lot of that on our coaches and a lot of that on our leaders and their maturity for, just keeping everyone poised and keeping everyone focused on the game and not worrying about the scoreboard. The environment was lit on Saturday against Texas. The fans did a great job at, bringing the energy and making McLean Stadium very, very loud. So I thought that it played a big part, that atmosphere that we need to, go in and get wins on Saturdays, but also with that, it makes it a little bit harder for us to communicate. So I think the defense can, improve in that area, and that's something that we've, took very seriously in these practices this week against TCU. So it can probably be more evident when a guy is scoring a touchdown on a defensive back because, it's easier to see, but there's also a lot of communication that goes on in the interior that a lot of people don't see. So I would say the communication as a whole needs to get better in the defense, and we'll definitely get that fixed really, really soon. Road games are also hard for us because opposing teams also do a great job at bringing that crowd energy and that chaotic atmosphere as well. So we saw that at Oklahoma State, and we understand that it can be a problem for us. So the coaches have done a great job, as giving us new ways to communicate and giving us new ways to, make sure that everyone's on the same page. So I see us growing in that area, and I think it'll be a lot better this week against TCU. It's crazy how far we've come as a team. I've seen a lot of guys, gain confidence through their work, and I think that's huge. That's what's led us to most of these wins. And I've also seen guys, take their craft serious, whether that be physical in practice, or if that's physical in the recovery room, or if that's mental in the, meeting room. So I've seen players evolve into different players throughout the season, and it's fun to watch. And, I continue to try to, motivate everybody on our team to, keep evolving. So Abram Smith has evolved. We all know the great running back he is, the great player that he is. But he's trying new things, and we're seeing him do those things on Saturday and be successful with them. Along with that, I would say JT Woods, he's doing a great job at, changing his game, being more physical, and also communicating a lot more. I talk to him the most, and I'm seeing him, make those leaps and bounds from last year. So those are two guys that from the offensive and defensive side, but also I would give a big shout out to Noah Rauschenberg, who is almost perfect, and also our punter, Isaac. He's doing a great job at, flipping the field for the defense. So special teams has been huge for us, and those are probably the four guys that I've seen the biggest leaps and bounds from this year for the team. I feel like I've evolved as well. Last year, I was kind of new to a leadership role, very hungry to make every play, and I think this year I've tried to, give some of that game back to my teammates and kind of, allow them to play free like I was playing free last year. So I think I've been doing a pretty good job at, helping those guys, change their game and see the game from a different lens. So that's probably the ways that I think I've evolved as a player and as a leader. Turnovers are huge to me. Every game I go in, trying to get a turnover, trying to help the team out and get the ball into the offense's hands, because I know how lethal they can be. It's always fun to see the defense get turnovers. I know that sometimes I do get a lot of praise for the turnovers that I make, but honestly, it's the D-line, it's the linebackers, it's the other, DBs that's helping me make those plays and helping me execute those plays. So I give a big shout out to them.
Big game week this week against TCU. We understand that their record doesn't reflect the amount of talent that they have on their team. So, we're doing a lot of preparation and a lot of, recovery in order to get our bodies right and ready for, Saturday in Fort Worth. So looking forward to this game, and I think it'll be a good one in Fort Worth on Saturday. Sick 'em Bears.
I don't believe that there will be any emotional hangover from the Texas game. Each and every win is very important to us, and we know how hard it is to win every week. We know the amount of work that goes into those wins, so that's kind of the emotions that a lot of people see after the games, because all the work that we put in led to a win, and it's very good to get that. This week, we've been very intentional on, focusing on TCU and focusing on the things that they do well and, don't do as well. So I feel like the focus has been good on the team, and we're just continuing to move in the right direction. I would say the rivalry is definitely more about the fans, but from a player standpoint, we do understand that every year that we play TCU, we do get their best shot, and they're always gonna, go out there and compete against us to the best of their ability. So we understand that every year that we play them, it's gonna be a good game, it's gonna be a tough game, but I think the rivalry is definitely a fans type of thing. So I understand that TCU's coach is not with them anymore, and we can think of this as an easy game and kind of, fall into a trap kind of thinking that those players are not gonna come out and try their hardest. But we understand that any game can be lost. So, I think our coaches and our team leaders, like I said, has placed a big emphasis on not taking any team lightly and going out there and executing all the plays that our coaches call. So with Coach Patterson or without Coach Patterson, I feel like you're gonna get the best Baylor Bears on Saturday, and we look to go out and dominate our opponent on Saturday as well. The team is definitely ready. Like I said, we're very confident, and we look forward to these last couple of games. Looking forward to going out there and just executing and putting our identity on tape.